Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to just share this recipe with you because I just had a hankering for it and I figured, well, why not just record me making it to see if it might be something that you would like to have. This is not my regularly scheduled Sunday cook-off that I do. I haven't been feeling really great lately, so I haven't really been eating much. But I'll be doing that. I'll be doing my cooking for my meal planning come Sunday, but this is the beginning of a week, so I'm just kind of going with the flow on this. But I had a hankering for some beautiful curry spinach. Now, this is not a traditional Indian curry dish, even though I am Indian from India. I'm only a second gen born in America, but this is a really quick, easy recipe that my dad actually taught me. So he always used pork. So I have these 2 pork chops that I was going to cook up, but I wasn't sure what to do. And then I thought, oh my goodness, I should totally make curry spinach. So I'm going to use these pork chops, and Phyllis is going to love that because she's going to eat the bone. She always gets the bone. So you can use any kind of meat you want, or no meat if you don't want. You know, you can put tofu in it if you'd like. Whatever makes you happy. But, you know, this is early in the week, kind of just got off work type of situation, and I feel like having some curry spinach. Now, I usually get my spinach in the frozen variety. You can get fresh spinach if you like. Being a single person, I don't tend to go through fresh produce as quickly as I probably should in order to make sure that it's fresh all the time. And I don't want it to go to waste. So I get the frozen vegetables and whatnot. Whatever makes you happy, do that, okay? No judgment here, that's for sure. If I was in a position where I could always have fresh fruits and vegetables available to me and not fear them going bad before they were consumed, then yeah, I would be buying fresh all the time. But I do not currently have that luxury. And since I am on a tight budget, I make do with what I have available to me in whatever way I can possibly utilize that. Is what it is, right? Groceries are expensive. We all know that. And when you're a single person, living on a fixed budget especially, you know, and the older I get, the more fixed my budget gets, right? So I try to make do with what I have. I've never been a materialistic person, so I don't really have much, but I don't really need much. So as you can see, these 2 pork chops are going to be perfect for this recipe. And I'll probably get maybe 2 or 3 meals out of this. I'm definitely going to have some left over to have for lunch tomorrow, which is good because then I won't have to worry about what to have for tomorrow during my lunch break. I can just toss it in the microwave real quick. And of course, these bones are going to go over to Phyllis. I'm going to put them in her bowl. She loves those bones. Okay, so I've got that. I've got spinach, which I'm going to put in here. I'm going to use 2 bags of spinach, frozen spinach. And I'm also going to chop up this onion. Now again, I have limited items. I have enough for me, right? Because that's all I really need. One day that might be a different situation, but right now I'm working with what I've got, and I'm quite content and happy with it. You do you. If you have a fully equipped gourmet kitchen, I'm proud of you. I would like to have a beautiful gourmet kitchen one day, but that would require having to have somebody to cook for, right? Other than myself. Not that I won't cook for myself. I cook for myself all the time. But it's the fact that when you cook, you cook with love and intention, those energies pour into the people that you're cooking for, and it's just an expression of love, right? And it's not just an expression of self-care, but an expression of love. So, for those of you who have people in your life that you can love up with some homemade cooking, congratulations. You are the envy of many of us, right? But if you are single like myself and love these meals that many people share with their families, but you just don't have the budget, meal planning is a great thing, right? Because it will allow you to be able to make fresh home-cooked meals for yourself, and you can do it in a way that is productive, so you don't have to cook every night, right? It'll just take a little bit of planning. Okay, so here's my onion. And then I have these little baby onions. I'm going to rinse them off real quick, but they're starting to go bad, as you can see, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to throw them in here, because why not? Lovely. And no, I'm not going to throw these bottom parts away. I'm actually going to plant them because they've got the roots on them. So I'll plant those up and see if they grow. That would be a wonderful thing. Then I can always have them in my windowsill, right? Sometimes they grow, sometimes they don't. But it's always worth a shot. I mean, instead of throwing them away, give it a shot. Why not? Do you hear Phyllis? She digs those buns. She loves it when Mama cooks like this. And yes, everyone, I know I'm left-handed and I scare people when I use a knife. I get it. I get it. But I do pretty good, I must say. Now I cut up until it starts getting soft. I don't want that part. Put these right here. Put them in my little thingamajig. That'll be awesome. So I'm going to cook these up with these onions. Give it a little saucy flavor, why not? I'm going to cut up a little bit of basil. Now I personally don't like the stems, so I won't be putting those in my curry. I love how they smell though. Making my house smell pretty. Okay. So we are going to put those with this. Okay. And then I'm going to put in some minced garlic. Now, if you have fresh garlic cloves and chop them up, that's, I mean, obviously preferred. But again, I can't, the garlic cloves end up going bad before I use them all up. And I don't want to waste anything because, again, on a budget, right? I want to make sure that I get the most bang for my buck, literally. So, all right. And do it this way. And then we're going to go over to the stove in just a minute. But first, I have a lemon here. And you want to make sure you roll your lemon before you squeeze it out, right? And save the seeds and plant them. Because why not? You might grow a lemon tree. That would be awesome. I try to get the seeds out if they're showing up right away. But I always watch out for them just in case. I squeeze them out onto stuff. Now I'm going to squeeze these lemons, or the whole lemon, directly on top of the onions, basil, and garlic. Save the seeds. And you know, it's okay if, I mean, unless you don't like the pulp, it's okay if the pulp gets a little bit in there. It's okay. This is all going to cook down beautifully. You watch. Alrighty, here we are over at the stove. And I have a gas stove, in case you haven't heard that before. Um, and there's a big difference between gas stoves and conduction stoves and whatnot. Gas stoves kind of make me nervous, but I'm renting, and this is what is provided in my rental, so I'm figuring it out. So I put some butter in there, just let it, and I know I have a big pot. It's the only pot I have. So just get the bottom part covered here. It is a cast iron pot, and my friend that was my neighbor in New Jersey had given this and a couple other ones to me, and I am so very grateful. I love this pot. I use it literally all the time. So, of course, the first thing I'm going to put in is the onions, garlic, basil, and lemon juice. Just going to toss all of that in. I'm going to let these meander in here for a little bit. What's curry without curry, right? I tend to be generous with my curry in a lot of things, but especially in my curry dishes, right? So you do whatever feels good for you. I just put 4 big scoops in there. So just to sum up, I put 1 onion. I cut up 1 small onion, and the little leftover tiny onions. I don't even know what they're called. Chive onions. I cut up some basil. There's some butter in here, just a little bit. And I squeezed a whole lemon. Okay? I have 2 pork chops cut up. It's just 2 pork chops. And I have 2 bags of frozen spinach. We don't want anything like super crispy or anything. So that's wonderful that it's doing the little bubbly thing. So then we're going to spread out the little cut up pork chop. And again, you can use any meat you want. If you have chicken or I don't know about steak, but I mean, that is what makes you happy. Then do what makes you happy, okay? So then we've got that covered up, right? So then it's just kind of bubbling up. And I'm going to take a little bit of curry and just put it on top of the pork. My dad used to cut up cactus, but I don't have any cactus. He really loved cactus in all of the stuff that he ate. And then I'm just going to put this spinach on top of it. Now this is frozen spinach, and that's fine. It'll cook down. This is not going to be as overwhelming as it looks right now, okay? So I'm just going to put that right on top. So you have the meat, you have a layer of the onions, basil, garlic, lemon juice, and the butter, and then the layer of pork chops, and then we cover it with the spinach, right? And yes, I'm going to put some more curry on top of this. Now, I'm going to be adding some water. I live in a high desert, so it's really dry here. I'm going to be putting some water in this in a few minutes, but I want to top that off with some curry. I might even put some garlic salt on top, because why not? And then I'm going to let this, I'm going to put this on low. I'm going to cover it for about 10 minutes. And I'll see you in about 10 minutes. That's how long it'll take me to do my dishes. But I'll see you in 10 minutes. Heat. And I'm going to get a bowl. It smells so good. I hope you can see this. This is so beautiful. Nice, lovely, home cooked. I warmed up some tortillas. Now, if you want to have this with roti or what else do they call it? Chapati bread. That's fine. We usually, in my family, just use tortillas. We call it Indian Mex. But it's wonderful. And this is the type of curry that traditionally in families, you just take your bread and you just scoop it up with your bread and eat it that way. It's served family style, and people just grab it and eat. And it's wonderful and full of flavors, and it's something that reminds me of home. It gives me that very loved feeling. So that's one of the reasons why I crave it so much. I encourage you to give this a try. One pot meal. You don't have to put everything in a bowl like I did. I was just trying to present properly to you. But yeah, you could just cut things up and throw them in the pot as you go if you wanted to. Just straight into the pot. It takes maybe 15 minutes total to cook, and you got yourself a nice hot meal, easy to make, easy to clean up. You'll have extras left over, unless you're feeding a full family, then you probably won't. But it's a great little meal that's light and yet also filling, and it's good for you too. So give it a try. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. What are you going to add to it? What are you going to use spice-wise? Let me know. Also, let me know what kind of comfort foods you love. And I hope to talk to you soon. Other than that, you have a great evening, a great day or week, depending on when you view this. And I'll see you next time.